Y'all, so here's the thing. My husband works 2 jobs.
Right.
And he works 64 hours a week.
Mr. Provider.
He has like 1 day off. And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us. Like me, Sophie, and him. And I want us to have a family day.
Okay.
But he wants to stay home and spend time with us.
Okay.
But I don't want that. I want us to be outside. And I'm upset with him because we don't go outside and do activities as a family. Am I being reasonable or am I being a bad wife?
64 hours a week, 6 days. That's almost 11 hours a day. Let's just say 12. Fuck it. Make the math easy. Out of those 6 days, let's say he's sleeping for 8 hours. That's 20 hours. So other than work and sleep, he has 4 hours to himself. His commute to and from work, shitting, pissing, getting ready for work. Let's just give that an hour a day. So he has 3 hours a day for himself. I mean, I don't even know when he eats. I'm gonna be real. I don't think that a woman is unreasonable for wanting to hang out with her husband. I do think it's unreasonable that he said, let's hang out at the house, and she was still like, no. But that's another topic for another time. The most unreasonable portion of this entire setup is that he could work 40 hours a week. You could work 24 hours a week. Y'all could have the same amount of provision for the household and share responsibilities. So after he gets off his 9 to 5 or his 8 to 4, you can go clock in at your part-time. He could take care of the baby, splitting the responsibility of parenting, which means his responsibility of parenting will go up. Your responsibility of financial provision will go up equally, and everything would be cool. But there's a lot of guys who want to be super traditional. There's a lot of women who want to be super traditional but hate the patriarchy. And there's just something that everyone needs to understand. To the men who want to be traditional, you want to be Mr. Provider man, understand. Before you get yourself a wife and children, you need to make sure that you're making enough money in 40 hours or less to take care of everything financially. Or you need to make sure that you and that woman make enough money and have good enough schedules to support life with a child. If you're not living one of those situations, you're not living right. Time to go to work, sweetheart. Let him work 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. You go ahead and get yourself a gig for 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. Figure out the schedules. Then y'all can hang out on the weekends. Both of you well rested. If you only have to work 5 hours a day and he only has to work 8 hours a day, boom, weekends are open. No childcare needed. You know, who am I?
Y'all, so here's the thing. My husband works 2 jobs, and he works 64 hours a week. Has like 1 day off. And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us. Like me, Sophie, and him. And I want us to have a family day. But he wants to stay home and spend time with us. But I don't want that. I want us to be outside. And I'm upset with him because we don't go outside and do activities as a family. Am I being reasonable or am I being a bad wife?
I just seen the video of the young lady where she says that her husband works 64 hours a week because he has 2 jobs. And she's a little upset at the moment because on his only day off in the week, she wants to go out and do things and he wants to stay home and do things with them, which he's agreed to. He'll stay home and do things, but he doesn't want to go out. She's proposing the question like, is she wrong for wanting to go out and do stuff? And should she feel a certain way like, hey, he doesn't want to do it? You know what I mean? Like, you get the drift. And first, I'm going to say, anybody working 64 hours a week on their only day off, it's going to be hard for them to want to go out and do stuff activity-wise. And you did make that video asking for advice, so I'm not going to go here and berate you. I'm guessing possibly you are a stay-at-home mother. I'm not too sure, but if he is working 64 hours, I would guess that's the setup and that's the situation. I do think if you're going to want to do activities like that, it's probably going to have to be planned. Like you guys maybe do 1 to 3 vacations a year where you get time together to do those stuff. Or even find indoor activities that don't require you guys to go out, spending time baking, cooking, stuff like that.
Reasonable or am I being a bad wife?
He goes outside of the home 6 days a week, and the 1 day he wants to be home, you don't think he's doing enough? He's not allowed to be tired. He's not allowed to want some time at home, the home that he works so hard to pay for. Instead of you saying my husband works so hard, 64 hours a week, ladies, what can I do to make my husband's 1 day off special? Any advice? Instead of you trying to take something off of his plate, you're trying to put something on it. You're trying to make him feel guilty as if he's not doing enough. If he cuts back his hours to be able to spend more time with you and your daughter, you may not be able to live the same lifestyle that you're living now. You may have to go out there and get a full-time job or a part-time job. When someone suggested that to you in your comment section, you said, me? Full-time job? LOL. You can't have it both ways. Either he cuts back on the hours to spend more time with you and your daughter, but you have to make some sacrifices at home, or you could cut a tired man some slack. He's trying to give you everything you want, and it's still not enough. The issue isn't him not managing his time well. The issue is that you're not managing your expectations well.